Most people fail to change their lives for one simple reason: they talk too much. Every time you announce a new goal, every time you post your day one gym selfie, and every time you tell your friends about the business you're thinking of starting, you are leaking your power. You are seeking the dopamine of the applause before you've done the work. Neurobiologically, your brain can't tell the difference between the praise you get for talking about a goal and the satisfaction of actually achieving it. So, you talk, you get the hit, and your drive to actually finish. The job dies right there on your tongue. You've satisfied the ego, but you haven't moved the needle. Welcome to Kindle Rise Motivation. Today, we are stopping the show. We are closing the curtains on the performance. In your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you don't have time for performative growth. You have a life to reclaim. The ancient Stoics knew a secret that the modern world has forgotten. True transformation happens in the dark. It happens in the internal laboratory of the soul, where there are no cameras, no likes, and no validation. It happens when you stop seeking approval and start seeking sovereignty. I'm going to share the 30-day Go Dark protocol. This is the exact mental framework used by the highest value individuals to reinvent their lives in total silence. I'm going to show you how to disappear from the noise so you can reappear as someone unrecognizable. If you don't hear this today, you will continue to waste your potential by talking about a life you are too distracted to actually build. Let's begin. Rule 1. The law of silent incubation, the ascesis of speech. The primary reason your previous resets failed is that you exposed your seeds to the sun before they had roots. When you tell people your plans, their doubt, their jealousy, or even their well-meaning advice acts like a frost that kills your growth. You are giving away your intentional energy for free to people who aren't even on the path with you. Epictetus taught that sheep do not throw up the grass to show the shepherds how much they have eaten, but inwardly digesting their food, they outwardly produce wool and milk. For the next 30 days, you are entering a season of silent incubation. Stop announcing. Stop explaining. If someone asks what you are up to, give a vague, polite answer. I'm just focusing on some internal projects right now. When you go dark, you trap all that motivational energy inside your own soul. You use it as fuel for the work, rather than venting it out through your mouth. Your results must be the first time the world hears from you. Silence is the greenhouse of greatness. Protection is the only way the new version of you survives the early days. Rule 2. The digital fast, the inner citadel. In this year, you cannot be a sovereign if you are a user. Every time you check your feed, you are inviting 1,000 strangers to vote on your mood. You are allowing the global noise to drown out your internal signal. You are training your brain to be reactive instead of active. You are essentially handing the keys of your mental home to an algorithm designed to keep you unsatisfied. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is in your power to withdraw into yourself whenever you desire." He understood that if he didn't build a citadel in his mind, he would be a slave to the empire he was supposed to lead. You must become hard to find. For 30 days, implement selective inaccessibility. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Delete the apps that cause you to compare your life to others. If a machine wants your attention, the answer is no. You are building an inner citadel. A fortress doesn't have an open-door policy for vandals. Guard the gates of your mind with your life. This is where your new identity is being forged, in the quiet space where no one else's opinion can reach you. Rule 3. The 90-minute deep work sanctuary. Most people spend their mornings checking in with the world. They want to see what they missed while they were asleep. But the Stoic mind, the billionaire mind, starts the day by checking in with themselves. They understand that the first hour of the day is the rudder of the ship. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. If your focus is divided among 20 different tabs and 10 different conversations, you are effectively a ghost. You aren't building a life. You are just managing a mess. Reclaim the first 90 minutes. In your 30-day dark period, the first 90 minutes of your day are sacred. No phone, no news, no email. This is the lab where you do the heavy lifting of your reinvention, whether that's physical training, deep study, or strategic planning for your career. If you don't own the morning, you are a servant to the day. Use the silence of the dawn to build your edge. While the world is still dreaming, you are already winning. Rule 4. The dichotomy of social energy, the social ghost. We feel a false sense of obligation to be available for everyone else's drama. We think we are being good people by listening to the same complaints for the 100th time from people who have no intention of changing. But the Stoics knew that your company is your fate. You cannot fly with eagles if you are scratching with the chickens. Seneca warned, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. Perform a social audit. During these 30 days, you must become a social ghost. Politely decline the happy hours, the gossip sessions, and the time vampire phone calls. You aren't being rude. You are being strategic. You are withdrawing your energy from the social drift so you can invest it in the internal climb. If you don't protect your energy, you have no energy to reinvent your life. Let them wonder where you went. Your absence will say more than your presence ever could. Rule 5. Voluntary discomfort, the resilience circuit. A life of comfort is a life of stagnation. If you are always comfortable, you are never growing. You are just decaying in a warm room. To go dark is to intentionally leave the warmth of your old, easy habits. It is a choice to enter the fire so you can be forged into something stronger. Seneca practiced poverty, drills, eating the cheapest food, and wearing coarse clothes, to ensure he was never a hostage to his luxury. He wanted to know that his happiness didn't depend on his bank account. Seek out micro-toughening. For 30 days, do one thing every day that you don't feel like doing. Take the cold shower. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual. Do the hardest, most uncomfortable task on your list first. When you intentionally choose the difficult path, you wire your brain to stop fearing the struggle. You become untouchable because you have proven that your mind is the master of your body. You stop being a slave to your moods and start being the master of your actions. Rule 6. The memento mori accelerator. The greatest thief of your potential is the belief that you have an infinite supply of tomorrow. You think you can go dark next month. You think you can reinvent yourself next year. You are treating your life like a rehearsal for a show that never starts. But the clock is not your friend. It is your judge. Memento mori, remember that you will die. This isn't meant to make you sad. It's meant to make you urgent. Use your mortality as focus. Look at your 30-day plan through the lens of your final breath. Does the fear of being misunderstood matter? Does the opinion of your neighbor matter? No, only the work matters. Being hard to find is just another way of saying, I value my life. Reclaim your time before the clock runs out. The 5-year version of you is counting on the decisions you make in the next 30 days. Don't let her down. In conclusion, the world is loud, and in this year, it is designed to keep you that way. But for the next 30 days, you are choosing a different path. You are choosing the power of silence. Going dark isn't an act of aggression. It's an act of self-respect. It is the ultimate boundary. By the time you reappear, you won't just feel different. You will be different. The old you will be a ghost, and the new you will be a sovereign. Which of these 6 laws are you going to start with tonight? Are you ready to go dark and build in silence? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And our community here at Kindle Rise. Motivation is the inner citadel for those who choose mastery over noise. Subscribe if you're ready to stop the drift and start the reinvention. Be kind to your mind today. Your silence is your strength.